Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Good morning, party people. Feels good to be back. I'm going to be honest, guys. I've been a little off kilter lately because my schedule just hasn't been normal. I feel like we worked very hard all NBA season long to get to the NBA finals, and then my schedule went haywire, and it's just not normal stuff, right? But I hope everybody had a good weekend. I was up in the great state of Maine for a wedding. I did not get enough sleep. I played bad golf. We got rained on. All in all, a really good time, though. Really good time. But we got a fun week for you. Look, Bandy's up now. We woke his ass up. But we got a fun week for you. We got Game 5 tonight. We got all of the sweet, sweet content coming at you. Who do we have here bright and early this morning, though? Make yourself be known. We got Sneeps in the house. Boston Base in here. I think Boston Base using some AI early in the morning. Jump Shooty's up in here. The Common Man up early. Homies is in the house. Snoopaloop's here. Stubbs, good morning. We got Veronica here. Mike, international and facing some humidity, but good to see you here, Mike. T-Man's here. Bonavine's here. We the people. 25 days till Vegas. We're going to talk about that in a second. Liam's here. Cameron Quinlan. We got Matic Auto in the house. Let's go. Hey, I just shared a link. I'm going to share it again into the chat. But you should also be able to see this pinned. But I want to talk about Vegas before we really get into it. So we are going out there, boys and girls, and however you identify. We are going to be out there in just 25 days. In 25 days, let me change the background here so we can talk about it. Here, we'll go up here. So we got July 6th to the 10th. Some of us might be out there the 5th. Some of us might be leaving the 9th. But it's the first weekend of NBA Summer League. We are going to be taking in some Summer League games. On Friday, we're going to be over at the Sand Dollar Lounge for our live show. We get the 89 Cavs, the Shot Tank Boys, the Team Hold crew, maybe some special guests as well. We're going to have some fun-ass giveaways, including a legendary rookie moment, maybe some so rare stuff. So make sure you check that out. That's going to be 5 to 7 at the Sand Dollar Lounge. Fill out the Google form that I dropped just so we get an idea of how many of our bestest friends in the whole wide world are going to come hang out. Then we're going to be going to the NBA convention on Saturday. We'll also head over to Beer Park on Saturday for a little Team Hold happy hour. We're having fun. We're having fun, and we're excited to have everybody. Liam says he doesn't know if he can go. I understand, Liam. I get it, but we hope to see you there, Liam. I promise not to badmouth your boy Zion if we're there IRL. Whoops. Wait, what happened to our layout here? That's not the layout we're supposed to have. What happened? There we go. That's pretty good. But yeah, hope to see everybody there. Fill out the form if you haven't done it yet. I'm getting really excited. Even though I was just complaining about my schedule being a little wonky, I've got a couple weeks to ease back in. Into the schedule, watch the finals unload. We're going to go to the draft for those that don't, or those that forget. My man, Justin, and myself will be heading to the Barclays Center on June 22nd for the NBA draft. We'll have some fun content and some fun ways for you to get involved too. So it's exciting. This morning, let's go. Enough of this preamble nonsense. Let's get into it. We got Game 5 tonight, okay? Game 5 tonight. So for Game 4, right? So I'm in Maine. We're at a wedding. We're in Maine. and the venue for the rehearsal dinner. We weren't in the rehearsal dinner, but like the meet and greet, drinks, everybody out of town, get a couple of beers in you. We were at this place called the Levitt Theater, which is like an old school theater, which is pretty cool venue. I'm sure it's like an old towny Maine, it feels like. I'm sure they do comedy shows there, bands, movie screenings, stuff like that. And it was pretty funny because one, this part of Maine, zero cell phone service. Couldn't get anything, so couldn't even see updates on the game. Couldn't watch the game. They didn't have any TVs. Well, they had one TV, big ass projector playing behind a band. They had a live band there. Projector was playing E.T. So you got E.T. with no sound, a band playing. And also, listen, I just want to give just some advice, whether you're any type of performer, anyone making a speech in front of a wedding party, anything like this. I want everybody to dial in and listen closely. If you are making any sort of announcement in front of a wedding party, and there's something in your brain that's like, I should make this joke, I want you to remember this moment right now. Never start it with, I hear there's a wedding party in the house tonight. There's still time. Right? No one needs that. No, that's never been funny. No one's ever laughed at it. No one has talked about it later in a way that was like, wow, that joke crushed. It's so bad. It's so bad. It makes people feel uncomfortable. Everyone is here for a joyous occasion, and you think the marriage is dead. Marriages are dead. What are we doing? Who's that joke for? It's for you and your sad ass on the harmonica. That's what it's for. And we didn't even do Blues Travelers. You're going to bring a harmonica? You're not going to be able to do a Blues Travelers cover? Why learn the harmonica? Brutal. I just hate it. I hate it. What does that even mean? Yeah, that's a great point. The joke wasn't clear. Basically saying like, you don't have to do it. There's still time. There's still time to call it off. What are we doing? What are we doing? Anyways, couldn't watch most of game 4. And then I power walked home from the event so that I could watch the fourth quarter just in time to watch Jeff Green close out game 4 in the year 2023 of our Lord. Jeff Green closing out finals games. What have we seen? Liam says, can we do a giveaway? Yeah, we can do a giveaway. Fine. People are putting Wemby in the chat like that is the giveaway. And I tell you what, I will do a giveaway right now, but you're not in charge. You know what I'm saying? We all know this. I'm the captain. It's not going to be Wemby. It's not going to be Wemby. Like the stream, subscribe, #Scoop, and we'll do a little giveaway here. All right. There you go, Liam. Liam did it. That's the mom from Succession's joke. Yeah, it's just, you know what? I'd even argue it's not a joke. It's just something mean you said. All right, let's go. Let me share this screen so you can see it. Like the stream, subscribe, #Scoot. We'll give away something here at the end of the show. What's up? Jordan's in the house. We got Borland here as well. J-Fog in the house. Good to see everybody. Make sure you guys have liked and subscribed if you haven't done that yet, okay? But yeah, let's get back to game 4. Man, from what I saw anyways, I watched a little bit of the first half the next day. It's just Denver's really good, man. And they, we talked about this in previous shows, but you hadn't really gotten anything from Aaron Gordon. Like Aaron Gordon limped into a double-double in game 3, I think with like 10 points and 11 boards or something like that. You had Michael Porter Jr. has been MIA. We did get a Christian Brown game. But then in this game with Nikola Jokic, turned an ankle early in the game, seemed to be fine. And then in some weird-ass foul trouble. Scott Foster out there said, not enough people been talking about these referees. Too much talk about Eric Lewis? Too much talk about the referee with the burner account. It's time to roll up my sleeves and extend. That's what Scott Foster was doing. He was trying to give the NBA some blue chew to extend this series, but not enough. Needed to call one more foul, and he didn't do it. So Jokic is in foul trouble. That's everything that we've been talking about all year long. It's like, oh man, when Jokic is off the floor, the Denver Nuggets are in trouble. And instead, Bruce Brown said, what if I was Kyrie Irving? Bruce Brown was incredible out there. I don't know why I chose Kyrie, but Bruce Brown was awesome. They got a really solid performance from Jamal Murray. What was it, like 12 dimes with no turnovers or something like that? Jamal Murray has been on one. And just let's take our shirts off and take those victory laps, huh? Because listen, everybody that was already on the bus of the Jamal Murray is the GOAT bus. Thank you. Thank you for being here this whole time. But you know what? We're not going to be vindictive about it. We're not going to be mean. The door's open. This is a friendly environment. We want more people to come on the Jamal Murray bus because here we are. John Hollinger had a piece that I tweeted something. Actually, Skeets shared it first. So thank you, Skeets. An incredible Jamal Murray stat that like really puts everything into perspective. Ready for this? In playoff history, and I already gave it away because I already started talking about Jamal Murray. 7 players in the history of playoff basketball have averaged 25 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists per games in the playoffs. Sorry, I think I stuttered over that. One more time. 7 players have averaged 25 points, 5 boards, and 5 dimes per game in the playoffs and have played at least 50 games. This list is Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Jerry the Logo West, Steph Curry, Giannis, Nikola Jokic is being added to this. Look at all of these MVPs. And then Jamal Murray, the guy who's gotten 1 award so far, and that's second team all rookie in 2017. The dude hasn't even made an all-star game, and he is on the list. Jordan, LeBron, West, Curry, Giannis, Joker, his teammate, and Jamal Murray. Insane. That's insane. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, man. Lorenzo, what's up, Lorenzo Pasquarelli in the house? Said, are you still playing SoRare NBA? I didn't have a good roster for the playoffs, so I pivoted to some baseball. I'm going to be playing it again in the fall, but we're going to talk baseball towards the end of it. We had some fun ones. All right, Jimmy was the fourth best player in that game. Not going to win that way. Oh, are you saying behind Bam? I think let's talk about Miami for a little bit. I don't think Jimmy hasn't been putting up his 40-point triple doubles. That's like one of the problems that Jimmy has created for himself. And it's not really a problem, but we're just so used to him putting on a cape and doing superhero shit. So that when he does average 25, 7, and 7, we're like, dude, Jimmy just doesn't have it. And I'm guilty of that too. We're just so used to seeing these iconic moments from him, whether it's stat lines or big plays at the end of the game. And here's the real truth of it. It's not that Jimmy's playing bad, and I have to take an L. It's not that Bam's playing bad either. It's that the Denver Nuggets are a better basketball team than the Miami Heat. The Denver Nuggets have been the best team in the league, well, at least the best team in the Western Conference for the entire season. No one gave them any credit. We were like, oh, yeah, they're the first place team, but once they get in the playoffs, that big, doughy Pillsbury dough fuck where there's not a chance. And then they've come out there and they've lost how many games? 4 games so far, right? They dropped 1 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shut up, Rudy, right? They dropped 1 to the Timberwolves, 2 to the Suns, none to the Lakers, and then so far 1 to the Heat. So I don't think it's that Miami's been playing bad. I mean, their role players haven't been giving them too much. Caleb Martin, who I saw stand in the Discord giving him a pass because he had a migraine. Come on, bro. But Caleb Martin, who's playing out of his shoes in the Eastern Conference Finals, has come back to earth a little bit. Max Strus has scored 4 points, I think, since posting his Instagram about the Celtics cutting him. So Max Strus has given them 4 points. Duncan Robinson, he's been fine, but Gabe Vincent hasn't been. So it's those secondary guys who you need to step up in the same way that we've talked about Christian Brown already, Bruce Brown, Jeff Green, right? All of those guys, those peripheral guys, the guys who aren't your superstars, able to carry the load for a few minutes every game. I mean, that's the difference, right? That's what separates the good from the great. And I think Denver's shipping this. Murray had 15, 3, and 12. Gordon, similar stats to Butler. Okay, I must have missed something. That must have been back and forth in the chat. But yeah, I think the stars have been good. Jamal Murray has been great. Nikola Jokic has been great. Bam has been really good, man. Bam has been putting up good numbers. And Jimmy Butler has been great. But it's the others. It's the others that aren't really getting it done. And so I think it's a wrap tonight. But listen, I said this before, right? And every time Miami is supposed to lose a game, they win a game. When they're supposed to win a game, they lose a game. So if everybody thinks it's Denver in 5, right? The thing that makes the most sense to me is Denver loses tonight. and then wins in Miami. That's how this entire season has been for this team. So that's kind of how that's what makes sense to me anyways. Josh says, I kind of wish we got to see Denver go through the Warriors this year in the playoffs. Yeah, that would have been fun too. The Warriors are just straight up broken, right? I don't think it would have. Maybe they get one game. Maybe they get one game from them, but Golden State was pretty bad. Gabe did have a migraine in game. Oh, Gabe, not Caleb Martin. Oh, I thought it was Caleb Martin that you were talking about. I'm just saying, you know what? Play through a migraine, bro. I've done shows through migraines. Ooh, Gerjot. We got a new member in the house. Let's go, Gerjot. Thank you. Mike said, gave us $2 here. I mean, Mike, Boston base gave us $2. We love to see it. I don't think Jimmy Butler has been great. No, okay. He hasn't been like the superhero that we've seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still been really good. He's still been really good. He just hasn't been like that superhero shit. And I think that's been the difference, right? Like, if you're not going to get your peripheral guys being great, you need Jimmy Butler to be awesome. There was another Hollinger piece about like the legacy of Jimmy Butler. Sorry, Mike, I'll come back to this in a second. About the legacy piece of Jimmy Butler and how it's like hard to oh, sorry, we got a cough here. We're going to do a mental health check because I got a cough. Sorry to do that mid-sentence, but that's what we're going to do. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. There was another athletic piece that Hollinger did. Hollinger, by the way, I feel like is putting out 3 pieces a day. But another one about like how do we not quantify, but how do we talk about Jimmy Butler later? Then right, because I think he's only made a couple of All-Star teams. He's never made a first-team All-NBA. He's made a second-team All-NBA. He's only received like 1 MVP vote over the time. I should have written all this down, so I apologize if I'm fudging this up. But how he just transforms into the playoffs into like the best player in the entire playoffs, not just in the series that they're in, but just in the entire playoffs, right? And he's just been incredible. He's been absolutely incredible. And I think that's what we're seeing. Like, I'm sure we forget that he turned his ankle. Oh, man, now I sound like Twitter. People forget. But we forget that Jimmy Butler turned his ankle against the Knicks. What was that, game 1? At the end of game 1 against Josh, like rolled it on Josh Hart. And then since then, we haven't really seen what Jimmy was doing to Milwaukee. And I wonder if it's a little bit of being tired, a little bit of being dinged up. So we haven't seen like, holy shit, Jimmy Butler, but he's still, I mean, 25, 7 and 7. It's so crazy. This is the like, I love this. Veronica's upset right now. This is finals, no excuses. Hey guys, I have a question for you. I have a question for the Heat culture because I know this is how Pat Riley motivates his crew. It's what separates Miami from every other team, right? Did the Miami Heat book a flight back to Miami? Because I really feel like that could change the trajectory of the NBA Finals. Because Game 5 is in Denver, but did they book a flight back already? Or what if they did this instead? What if Miami, not only did they book a flight back to Miami, but they booked a flight back to Denver for Game 7? That would be big brain. You want to see Heat culture? You want to see Jimmy Butler, Himmy? You want to see Kyle Big Booty Lowry? Don't just book a flight back to Miami for Game 6. Book it back to Denver for Game 7. Heat culture, baby. I love it. All right, Regulator said Scoot was working out against DSJ yesterday. Yeah, you know what? You are going to see them go at it because they're going to be on different teams. I'm sorry. I don't think Scoot – it seems like the writing's on the wall that Brandon Miller is going to Charlotte. Charlatan, the Charlatan Hornets. All right, let's see. Let's catch up on the chat here. All right, Merkemice in the house saying being a fan makes it hard to be objective. Boston fans expect Tatum to score 40 every game. We Golden State fans are surprised when Curry doesn't hit a game-winning shot. I get it. Well, listen, and it's not even the fandom, man. I mean, Jimmy has been otherworldly in the playoffs. Otherworldly? What is this, like Scrabble? Otherworldly? What are we doing here? Otherworldly. Honestly, I'm impressed with people can say that without like stumbling. Otherworldly. And I think we do come to expect it. I mean, I'm not even a Miami Heat fan, and I'm like surprised when Jimmy doesn't do it. That Hollinger piece too also pointed out like all the iconic moments Jimmy has, he almost should have more, right? Because what happened before the Kawhi shot, the Raptors Sixers series? Remember the Kawhi ding 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 ding, and then goes in. Joel Embiid cries. What happened right before that was Jimmy Butler going coast to coast and making that big bucket, right? Yeah. And then he also missed that 3 against the Celtics in last year's Eastern Conference Finals. Ooh, Joshua says I'm coincidentally heading to Miami on Thursday, so hoping they can win in 5. So hoping they can win. Oh, that Miami can win game 5. Yeah. Listen, I want more basketball. I'm not ready to lean into the draft, you know? I don't care enough about it. So I kind of hope Miami wins too. Man, I still can't believe Denver's probably getting a chip, though. Isn't that crazy? Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Jeff Green. Ish Smith is getting a ring? Ish Smith. Jeff Green. How can you not be happy for these guys? Michael Malone? So in a post-game press conference, Malone was talking about the teams that they had gone through, and he called the Lakers the Clippers. Oh, put that shit in the Hall of Fame. That's one of the funniest things ever. I hope it was intentional, but he like played it off cool. Oh, that was great. It was so funny. So funny. First chip for Denver. Yeah, it'd be the first one ever for the Nuggets. Stan says the Heat shooters are due for another good game. Think they have a good chance tonight. I'm going to stand by my take. I think it's going to be Denver in 6 now. Denver in 6 because Miami's supposed to lose tonight, so they're going to win. No ring for Will the Thrill Barton. Where's Will the Thrill now? Where is Will the Thrill? Wasn't he in? Where did he go? He was in Washington for a little bit, then Washington cut him, right? Where did he go? All right. Anything else that I had to talk about finals related? The other thing we have to talk about. Hey guys, you know what? Listen, I know he's got a Netflix documentary. I know he's got an incredible legacy as a top tier athlete. I don't know if we have to put Conor McGregor in the spotlight anymore. I think we can take a break. I think we got enough Conor, you know? It's similar to what like Kevin Hart did for a little bit, where there was just too much Kevin Hart in my face that it started to take the shine off of how impressive Kevin Hart was. Let him go away for a little bit so that we can appreciate him. I think we're just doing too much with Conor McGregor. Doing too much with Conor. He knocked out, or at least sent to the ER, the mascot. I don't know. What are we doing? Maybe we don't need those mascot bits. Maybe we don't need mascots with celebrities. I mean, mascots with celebrities. Get yourself a mascot that can do. You want to talk about mascot culture? Ellie, you Google it. Look it up. Ellie, the New York Liberty mascot, is the best mascot in the history of mascots. Putting it up there, top tier. Putting it up with the Charlotte Hornets one back in the day, and the Phoenix Suns, the gorilla that was doing trampoline slam dunks. That is my Mount Rushmore. I don't know who the 4th one is. Ellie, and not enough people know about Ellie too. I've seen Ellie up close and personal. Ellie is the best one. Mascots are famous. All right, well, chill. But Conor needs to promote his. Yeah. Oh my god. The irony is he was plugging a pain relief spray. That's what are we doing, man? What are we doing? But it sounds like he's okay, right? Heat culture, baby. Mascot sent to the ER, then comes back. No, I agree. Common man, bits are fun. Don't do them with celebrities. Do them with real people, salt of the earth people. We don't need Conor McGregor doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's my mascot take. I don't know. Is the BYU mascot allowed to have sex? I don't know why we're doing this. Random BYU drive-bys this morning. But here we are. That's why you tune in on Monday mornings for BYU. All right. Like the stream, subscribe, hashtag scoot. We'll give away something dumb here at the end. And also, don't forget, I put the link into the chat earlier. It should be pinned, but just in case, I'll drop it in again. We're very excited for Vegas. I hope people are excited about it. I'm just so ready to get out there. So ready to get out there. I got a couple of buddies playing in the World Series of Poker right now, and they've just been sending updates, and it's just got me jacked. It's got me jacked to go play. What would be the mascot for Team Hold, says Regulator? That's a great question, and I got a motherfucking answer for you.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
PJ Washington. That's our mascot, PJ, baby. PJ. All right, couple other news and notes around the NBA. The Memphis Grizzly assistant coach Darko, Free Darko, is the new coach for the Toronto Raptors. I'll be honest, guys. I'm a casual, okay? I am a casual. I didn't know too much about Darko. Saw some people pretty excited. I know we have some Raptors fans into the chat. How are you guys feeling? The one thing that I saw was that they, and I don't know if this was like really spinning it, and I forget, this actually might have been Skeets, so I apologize if I'm not giving you appropriate credit. And if it wasn't you, Skeets, then you can just take the credit. There was, somebody said that like the nice thing about getting Darko, is that he can both coach a rebuilding team, or he's prepared to coach a rebuilding team, but also a team that's ready to play right now, and ready to try to win. So I don't know. It seems like that's a good fit for them. We still need to see what Toronto's going to do here with free agency and everything like that. So I'm curious to. I don't know. I still think Toronto has so much talent. I think they underachieved so bad this year. I would just be hesitant. I mean, listen, I don't think they're in a spot to win a chip or anything, but I just think they are better than a lot of the teams in front of them that finish in the East, but I don't know. That's just me. Weisberg in the chat. Darko's a good hire. Well regarded as a player development guy for the Grizz. There we go. Masai wants the leverage of their flexibility. Shut up, Masai. Yeah, we'll see. I think come draft day, we'll get a better feel for what Toronto is getting ready to do. And then again, once free agency hits, coach to cover all their bases. Yeah. I like that that's a skill, that there's only like two types of teams, a team trying to win and a team not trying to win. And he's capable of coaching both. I tell you what, I could also coach a team not trying to win. I could do that. Brooklyn, I'm ready. I'm ready, Brooklyn. Let me get out there. I'll put on one of those quarter zips. I'm ready to cook. Tesla said dude's been coaching since he was 16, almost 30. That's crazy. That is crazy. So he was coaching longer than he was driving? Guys, I'm so excited to have my coffee back. But just drinking ass coffee the last couple of days. No, thank you. No, thank you. Ooh, Dustin, Vegas, baby. Yeah, another job application, guys. Yeah, for those that didn't see the video, I'll share it on Twitter. But we did a little spoofy video that Veronica did a great edit on. Yeah, and Borland said, "Have you received any podcast hiring offers?" Dude, I've gotten so many funny DMs. So I posted it on Instagram too, and on Instagram it cooked a little bit. It did really well. What are we at? We're at like, I don't know, 40,000 views, or almost 50,000 views, 1,200 likes, something like that, right? I got a couple of DMs that were like, "Hey, man, I really liked your video. I'm also a content creator. That's a good idea to just ask to be somebody's co-host." I saw some of Kelsey's family this weekend at the wedding, and they were also being like, "Dude, that's a great video, man. I hope you think you're going to get a job offer from that." That was a joke, guys. That was a joke. And I will say, if I do post, of a job, like I want a job, I don't think I'm going to phrase it as the generic white guy looking for a gig. But I do appreciate all of the engagement that happened. But yeah, if you haven't checked that out yet, I put an edited version on YouTube Shorts today, but the full stuff is on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. So I hope you guys check that out. But we had fun with that one. We had a good time with that one. But yeah, I'm excited for Vegas, though. I'm eager to see how this affects Scotty. Wonder if the Raps could potentially move him for a bigger immediate impact star. That's what I'm saying. Toronto has so many different paths forward right now. I'm glad you said that about Scotty, though. Anytime I talk about Scotty Barnes, everybody gets really mad. Everybody gets really upset. I think, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if people, like, I still think Scotty's really, really good. But I was just like, yeah, I think Franz Wagner and Scotty's ceilings are comparable right now. And everybody's like, how dare you? Why would you say something like that? That's like anytime, too, you do a video about LeBron, immediately everybody's like, yeah, but how many times have you lost in the playoffs? I'm like, I'm not saying LeBron is God. I'm not saying he's the best player of all time. I'm just saying, whoa, that's a pretty impressive stat. Everybody's like, yeah, but he's a bitch. Like, people are crazy. People are crazy. My nose is itchy, guys. All right, here we go. Weisberg says, Toronto likely move. All right, let's try this again. Toronto likely moves Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr. if they can, depending on a side and trade opportunities. Yeah, Gary Trent's definitely gone. Gary Trent is definitely gone. You should do a campaign with a puzzle and a secret password in order to attend the Vegas stuff, a la G-Dun. Did G-Dun do that? Did G-Dun do a puzzle to hang out with him? I missed that. But yeah, we're gonna. Oh God, I'm so excited. I really am so excited for Vegas. All right, couple other things I wanted to talk about before there. I did want to do a little Top Shot related stuff. Not too much though. Not too much stuff. Tesla said Dame in Portland all next season. Do you see a lot of picks moved draft night? I do. The Dame stuff is crazy, and this is weirdly turning into the boy who cried wolf, and I'm not saying that's on Dame. It's on all of us, because every year the same conversations happen. Like, dude, can't stop working in Portland. Got to move him. We got to move him. But then Dame's like, oh, I don't want to be moved. But then he'll throw out hints that he's like, well, maybe I would be moved, right? You had Chris Haynes reporting that last year, or was that at the beginning of this season or the end of last season? Chris Haynes drops a tweet that Dame time's gone. Dame then comes out this year and he's like, I'm not going anywhere unless we're rebuilding. Then I do want to leave. And it's just this like, will he, won't he situation. And I'm almost tired of talking about it, but I do think, listen, you want to plant a flag right now? I saw another, I think they moved Simons in the third pick. I think that's what ends up happening. I think it's a huge mistake if I'm Portland. I would not want to do that as a Portland fan, unless you're just like, I love Dame so much that I will cry myself to sleep and use tears as lubricant if Dame is on another team in another uniform, right? But I think that's a bad move. I think Simons in the third, like, I don't know what you could get. You would have to get a top tier superstar to be like Dame, X, Jeremy Grant, Shaedon, right? Like, I don't know what the move is there. I would much rather move Dame, get all of the assets in the world that you can, and then like rebuild with Sharp, whoever you take at 3, and whatever you get for that Dame pick, you know? Anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. OG for Hardaway at number 10. It depends what they think about number 10. It depends what they think about at number 10. You're saying, so that's OG Anunoby for Tim Hardaway Jr. in the Dallas Mavericks 10th pick for those. Oh, there's Secret Invasion. Okay, some Disney stuff. He signs that extension, leaks to Chris Haynes. I want to move, rinse and repeat. I mean, yeah, that is what every team does. So, yeah, Dame said, and that was the other thing, right? Dame was like, I'd go to Miami unless they win the chip. Then I wouldn't go to Miami. But, dude, Miami doesn't have would Miami have to put Bam on the table to make that move, right? I don't know what Miami has to offer that would be enticing to get Dame when there are far more attractive moves than just getting what? It's going to be like, oh, well, we could get Tyler Hero. We could get Jack Harlow, right? Like, who are you getting in that Miami deal? Unless Portland's like, dude, we love Dame so much that we'll take like 60 cents on the dollar. Like, 4 picks from Miami. But the thing about those picks, they'd have to be in like 2035. Because congrats on getting the 30th pick of the draft. You know what I mean? As much as it would be fun to see Dame in Miami, because good Lord, if Dame goes to Miami, it's going to extend his career like 5 years too. They're just going to get him in the best shape of his life. Miami has to give up Bam to make the math work or less. Yeah, they could do Hero, Duncan, and picks. But why would Portland do that? And I don't want them to do Jaylen Brown. I don't want it to be Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and a bunch of stuff. I don't want that either. I don't think they would do that. Hero, Jovic, 14 pick and more. Yeah, but who cares about that? That doesn't make them good unless Portland, or that doesn't set them up for a rebuild. Unless Portland is like, dude, you know who's the next Nikola Jokic? Nikola Jovic. That's the only way that works. Also, Veronica said, let's just make our team smaller. Good idea. Oh, man. Yeah, so I don't know. The Dame stuff is pretty crazy. I'm excited for it. I think we're going to see a lot of chaos in the draft, right? Because as the Top Shot Common Man pointed out, Dallas, what's Dallas going to do? I don't think there's any, like, Dallas wanted to keep their first round pick as an asset, not as a draft pick. So I imagine Dallas tries to make a move. You've got Portland in a weird spot. I think, like, it'll go chalk 1-2 with, like, it's not like San Antonio or Charlotte is making any moves. But then, and Detroit, same thing. Detroit's going to make their pick. But then, like, that late in the lottery, like 8 through 14, I feel like it could get a little spicy. Regulator says Simons, Sharp, and Miller make a good start for a rebuild. Yeah, I agree. Especially all the other assets you could get back for Dame. You know? I know there's something to be said about loyalty and all that stuff. I get it. But I like, this is a business, and Portland has to be like looking around, and they're like, make Shaedon Sharp your next star. Just fast track this right now. You know, let them cook. Buy your Shaedon Sharp TSDs immediately. Get those rookies, get those legendaries, because Damian Lillard's going to be on another team in a few weeks, and then Shaedon Sharp is going to be the next big thing.
None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right?
Yeah, sorry. I meant Scoot too. Yeah, Miller's going too. Miller's going to Charlotte, even though Regulator doesn't want it. Regulator keeps putting it out there that, like, that they're going to take Scoot at second, because I know you want Scoot. I know you want it, but it ain't happening. It ain't happening, baby. All right, here we go. Let's like the stream, subscribe, hashtag Scoot. We got 25 entrants right now. That's half of the people here, and I get it. You're like, don't give me any more Top Shot moments. Let me see that man hands. No, we're not going to do any of that right now. We are going. I do want to talk about Top Shot a little bit, and only because I saw, like, the leaderboards, baby. The leaderboards. Right there, burning for the iconic LeBron block. I got to tell you guys, this is, you know, I watching people get just 10 out of 10 hard about that moment is so fun to me. And it is an iconic basketball moment. But now seeing people see the way people are reacting right now, they're like, there is no other moment that could ever rival this moment in the history of any sport since the birth of Jesus Christ himself. And if you don't get in this leaderboard right now, you just don't understand the platform that is NBA Top Shot. Everybody just needs to chill. Yeah, Josh says, what do you think about NBL burning that S1 perfect serial? Yeah, so he wants to make sure you get out there, and he wants to make sure he gets that block, right? He wants to make sure he gets that block. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that, Boston Base. A lot of people are saying that. Jesus Christ did have a TSD out of 33. But yeah, I think the leaderboard thing is cool, and I love that you're rewarding the future of fandom. I do. Listen, they're going to continue to run into this issue, right? They're going to continue to run into this issue where it's the same 5 people that qualify for everything important, right? I don't know how to fix that. You know, the people who don't have a lot of moments and don't have a high TSS said, well, this is broken. It should be for everyone. Everyone should have a chance. And then the people that spend more money than those people are like, hey, that's rude. I should get this. I should get this because I've been here. I've kept this platform afoot. Why did I spend all this money if I don't get a competitive advantage? And then people are saying, well, what if you just had one that was randomized? If we just had one moment that was out there and was randomized, is crazy. So listen, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I don't really care. If I'm being honest, I don't really care because it's not my job to create an answer. I'm not going to come up with one. I do think it is. I think the leaderboard, I think burning for the coolest moments is a cool thing. I get it that it seems like it's only for a few people, but I did want to pull up. So our man Intangible ETH, Steve himself, he tweeted out something yesterday because he found that there was some confusion. There was some confusion regarding TSS and how it was being calculated. And I like, listen, if you want to point out like what is one of the major or main issues outside of infrastructure and leadership of NBA Top Shot, is just like how fucking confusing all of it is. And this was highlighted by Sean. Sean put out a thread, right? So let's go over to there. Also, before I do that, Weisberg said it's not about spending more money. It's more about the people who invested early get consistently rewarded for what they did 3 years ago. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I get what you're saying. All right. Let's go over here. Also, Boston Basis is talking about law degrees, which is confusing. All right, here we go. So, all right, let's look at the original thread. So Steve says, want to win a Jamal Murray TSD? It's simple. First person to show me how Dapper calculated that TSS from LeBron from the top, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he's trying to figure out how TSS works, because here's the thing. TSS, I think, was introduced. It was introduced as like the next big thing. It was how you were going to connect with NBA players, because as Jacob and I believe it was Vinyls and Austin articulated, is that basketball players, professional basketball players, want to know who their biggest fans are. And the only way to do that is by owning as many of their Top Shot moments as possible to get on their leaderboards. And that way they can connect with you, right? That's how it's, but after the introduction of Top Shot Score, we didn't really see a lot of it. It was used to be gated for different pack drops. That was the most common use for it. We had a couple of different burning leaderboards that we've seen of late. There's been a few times that TSS has come up, but for the most part, we haven't really seen a ton of dialogue around Top Shot Score. Now, what I thought was pretty interesting about this thread is Sean, aka Pack Rip, got involved here with this and tried to explain what happened. And I got to tell you, it's pretty confusing. And maybe it's not. Maybe I'm an idiot, but this seemed confusing to me. So he spent, and you know how we know it's confusing? Because it took one of the employees there a few hours to figure out what was going on, right? So high level, the Top Shot Score of the moments in question are accurate and correct. However, if that was the answer, we wouldn't need to do a Twitter thread. So clearly it's still a little confusing. So when it was introduced in May, the average sales price, of moments, was with at least 5 lifetime sales, but fewer than 10 sales in the last 60 days, was based on the 5 sales of that moment. From the top legendary dunk, a bunch of numbers, okay? We can confirm this is how the scores were intended to be calculated and originally calculated, and the evidence of this metric by being used for average sales price dates back to August 2021, right? And then they dropped a little blog there. Then over here, we get the last 5 was put into question by archive.org, which I didn't know was a thing that we were using regularly until that was tweeted up. A copy of Top Shot's Help Center from August 22 that says lifetime was introduced in May 2022. Okay, there we go. So there's the calculating of that. This is back then. Shortly after the introduction, we updated the last 5 to lifetime sales and reflected that within the product UX and help centers captured by archive.org. So I guess my question is, right, when all of these updates were happening, was this communicated to anyone? So like in this one in September, the ability to auto update was implemented, and with it, other upgrades to the TSS calculations if a moment is fewer than 10 sales in the last 60 days. I don't know. Anyways, is this all kind of hard to follow? Yes. Is it great that we're having this? Okay, so we're doing this thing where we ask questions and then answer them. Yes. Our Top Shot numbers, Top Shot Score numbers of every eligible block leaderboard moment, accurate and reflection of this. Yes. Okay. So, and then Steve quote tweeted this by saying, what was it? He just said, like, I appreciate the transparency. Is this confusing? Do I agree with it? No. So anyways, the point being is, I think, like, God, this game shouldn't be this confusing. That's all I'm saying. This shouldn't be this confusing. It shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard. Or maybe it should be. I don't know. All I would like is for us to go back to the days where we could change our avatars to show like Top Shot Score. Remember that TSS? Everybody did that for a day. That was cool. But anyways, I thought that was interesting just because of how confusing it was. Boston Base says in order for trade tickets to work, they needed to switch the money-based TSS model. It was awful, but necessary. Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Here's what I'll ask. Do you think that should be like common knowledge? Do you think that should be like discussed a little bit? I don't know. I just feel like that it seems like a lot of changes happened that nobody knew about. Anyways, that was that. Overall, I think it's pretty good. The other thing, Top Shot related, right? They introduced what was it? The Hustle and Show pack, right? And this is for trade tickets. So they're doing trade tickets for Hustle and Show packs, which I think is exciting. I think that's good. It seems like people are still saying it's too many trade tickets. It's too many, that it's still not worth what the pack is worth. I'm going to continue to sit out most of these things. I think I like that they're tweaking it a little bit. I think that's good. When was the last? No, they did it a couple of weeks ago. We talked about it. Or you can burn 3K Top Shot score for Hustle and Show packs. Yeah. So I think it's good that they're doing it. I just, whatever. I'm not really interested in those moments. You know what I did want to check though? I think I must be coming to the point here where I can unlock my moments, right? When was the last time I locked my moments? Oh, it's going to make me sign in. Sorry. Hold on one second. But I did also like the stream, subscribe, hashtag scoot. Hashtag scoot. We'll give something away here in a little bit. All right, so we're going to log in. And then I want to go over to So Rare, too, because I got to build my baseball lineup after I won a limited tier 2 kit. Also, the Red Sox suck, man. I tried to watch that game last night. I know they won. They won 3-2, but it is just a tough watch. All right, here we go. So I have how much? What do we got here? We got 306 moments left. All right, so 39 days for this one. 37 days? So most of them, all right, so I got just over 30 days. Damn, I was hoping it was before Summer League. I thought that would have been fun. So yeah, just about 37 days before these are Dunzo. Ah, yes, Svi. Did we touch under? Oh, no, we do have to go to Underdog. Anyways, 37 days. 37 days, and then we are back in action. All right, let's go over to Underdog too. If you haven't signed up for UnderdogFantasy.com, sign up for Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code HOLD. Hold. You get a 100% deposit bonus match up to $100. So go check that out. I don't think they have any specials tonight in the pick'ems, but let's see. Let's see what we got here in the NBA. Oh my God, did I freeze up? Okay, we're back. I don't know. What do we like tonight? How do you guys feel? I really am of the mindset that we think Miami's supposed to lose tonight. So I'm going to take Miami to win. Denver in 6. Miami wins in Denver, loses at home. That's probably not what happens, but I just like that. I like that idea. But who do we like tonight? Who do we think pops off? Do we get Bam has just been consistent, right? Over 30.5 points and rebounds. That does feel a little bit high, but he's been big time double-doubles lately. Caleb Martin has been a little underwhelming. Kyle Lowry, Gabe Vincent's been bad. Max Strus, we've already said, has scored like 4 total points. I've been just smashing the under on Kevin Love points every single time, and I think it's been hitting like 50-50. You got Nikola Jokic, 52.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That number is so high. Bam tries too hard and turns it over 3+ times. That's an interesting take. We got Jamal Murray. I feel like Jamal Murray's going over 30 points. Over on Bam and assists. All right, let's see what Bam. Let's start with that. We're going to do a 3-piece, by the way. So over 3.5 assists. I will say that was 4.5 assists recently. I kind of like the Jamal Murray over 25.5 points. Hey, they're not going to do this, right? Well, they're not going to do this, but do you think if Jamal Murray dropped 50 tonight, he could win NBA Finals MVP? Like, how close do you think it is? How close do you think it is between Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic? I don't think there's a world in which they do that. And I don't think that's as egregious as when Andre Iguodala won it for the Warriors. But do you think there's any world, like if Jamal Murray drops 50 in a close game, do they do it? Do they just like, you know what? Screw it. Jamal Murray, Mr. Instagram Dome, right? Do they just give that out? Anyways, I'm going over 25.5 points. We need one more. One more. Do we get it? Do we finally get the Michael Porter Jr. game? Dustin just out of left field here just says the UFC strike team has been doing a great job. Feels like night and day in terms of who's running things compared to Top Shot. Well, maybe because it's not really Dapper anymore, huh? I saw LG Doucette. Whoa, what's up, everybody? Was out at whatever that UFC event was, the most recent fight. Also, LG, you letting that hair grow out? I saw some like sweet curls in there. Even a 50-point game. I agree. I think it's going to be that. let's see. Joker as finals MVP. Got to make Joel feel good. All right. Michael Porter Jr. got to bounce back, says Regulator. Porter rebounds. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is definitely going to Jokic. I'm more just doing that for fun. All right, 5.5 rebounds. There we go. This is going to be it. Bam on over 3.5 assists. Jamal Murray on over 25.5 points. Michael Porter Jr. over 5.5 rebounds. It's over Central. 10 to win 60. That is going to be our pick of the day, baby. Ish Smith gets 2 assists and he's finals MVP. Let's go, Ish. I love that Ish is getting one. I do. I love it. If they win, who knows? Miami could be the first down 3-1 team to come back. Anyone see the Starfield trailer? I haven't. You could have picked the turn. I know. We're going over on assists, though. I want to give Miami some love. You know what I'm saying? I want to give Miami some love. All right. One more time, too. I want to remind the people like the stream, subscribe, #Scoot. I also, again, want to remind you guys, if you haven't filled out the Vegas form, I want so many people there. I really do. I want this to be bumping. I'm very excited about the live show. We're up around 30 people. 30 people so far RSVP'd, including plus ones, not including our hosts and all of our fun guests. I'm praying, to the Jesus Christ Top Shot debut that we are able to announce some of our guests, or a guest or two in the coming days. So stay tuned for that. Stan says Cavs. You mean the 89 Cavs? You're talking 89 Cavs? The first 3-1 team since the Cavs. Yeah, sorry. Maybe I didn't finish my thought. I see what you're saying. But yeah, if you haven't filled that out yet. Also, hey, listen, if you are coming, feel free to share that. Share that Google form with if you're in other Discord communities, because this is open to the public. It's like David Munchie on there, man. What am I doing? What voice was that? What accent was that? It was terrible. Cancel. I think that's it, though. I don't think we'll have anything else today unless something chaotic happens. 89 Cavs should be back this week on Wednesday. We've got a normal schedule, Monday through Friday. NBA bid is back. Dustin says, do you think Steph is low-key salty about Iggy? I bet Steph was salty about it until he got one. If they didn't beat the Celtics last year, or if somehow like Klay Thompson went for 50 a game and Klay got it instead of Steph, I do think there would be something like real bad about, like he'd be real upset about it. But I think now with him getting one, I bet it's not as saltastic. I am excited to see what the Warriors do this offseason. I got to save that for like another show, but I kind of want the Warriors to have one more run, right? Because I know not to count our championships before they hatch, but it does feel like Denver is geared up to have like a 3 to 5 year run. Although it always feels like that and then it never happens. Shout out to Boston Celtics. But it would be kind of fun to have like a Denver's Golden State run up. Like I think it was Tesla who said that in the chat earlier today. It would have been really fun to have, or maybe it was Merkemice, but it'd be really fun to have them go up against one another. But anyways, I think we're going to call it there. Appreciate everyone being there. Make sure you like the stream, subscribe, share it with your friends. If you win this, shoot me a DM, and you'll get a moment worth of millions and millions of dollars. Winner, chicken dinner. It's going to Getty. Congrats on the big dub. Hope you guys have a great week. Happy Monday. We out.